Good morning, good afternoon, good night somewhere in this world. Holistic Journey is always on a journey. Always on a journey, right? And what is this holistic journey? Holistic journey is about self-care, self-love, self-awareness, self-embracing, self-expression, and sharing yourself in the most helpful, beneficial ways that's going to give and give back. So guys, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for joining me this morning, this afternoon, or this night, because we always want to stay in the moment, guys. Holistic Journey is about being in the moment of time, not the past, not too far in the future, but right now, right? Because that's all we really have. Really? Yes. So, I want to say again, thank you guys for joining me. And the topic today is the importance of self-care. The importance of self-care is, guys, is vital. It is so vital. But just because something's vital does not make it complicated. And it can be a challenge at times. And that's understandable because we all deal with challenges. We all deal with different things that kind of deals with our energy and kind of deals with our mindset, our physical body, and our spirits, okay? So we want to make sure our spirits are lifted, our body is at our best no matter where it is, and our mind is in the now. And it's in the awareness of healing and expressing and flourishing and developing holistically. All right? So guys, I really appreciate you guys so much because it takes a village, guys. It takes a village to cultivate a collective impact. And you are part of that collective impact. No matter if you see yourself there or not, you are definitely important. All right? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into this, guys. I'm going to go ahead and dive into the subject of the importance of self-care. Self-care, guys. Self-care, it may be foreign to some people because sometimes you're so busy and sidetracked and distracted with other things outside of yourself because we're so used to taking care of other people, places, and things. We have to, guys, because society demands that. And the fact that we're part of society, we want to put our best foot forward in society, guys. And you can definitely do that. But we want to make sure you take care of yourself while you're doing so. All right? All right, guys. The self-care, guys, takes self-awareness. You have to be aware of yourself holistically. Being aware of yourself, mind, body, and spirit. Mind, body, and spirit is the wholeness of what you are. It's that God being and that God gene that you were born with because God is within you, right? So we want to make sure that we are mind, body, and spirit connecting as one. That way we can be able to hear better. That means your intuitiveness. And depending on what background you come from, the terminology may be different, but if you really look at it, it's so similar. All right, so self-awareness is what it takes, guys. Being conscious, being so conscious, guys, that you do things on purpose. You're intentional. Your presence will be bliss. Your presence will be a blessing to others and a blessing to yourself. That's the beauty of it. Like, guys, I get so excited, so I gotta cough. See? Whoa. So I get so excited, guys. Seriously, I really do get excited. I really get excited, guys, about life. I get excited about growth. I get excited about learning. I get excited about understanding and gaining wisdom, knowledge, to have that understanding of who I am and what I'm made of. Holistically, though, like holistically, I have to be holistic. Like, I cannot be anything but holistic, mind, body, and spirit. Now, guys, self-care it's really broken up in so many different components that we don't think about it in that kind of way. But I'm actually in school. I'm going to go ahead and announce the school. Integrative Nutritional Health Coaching Institute. Okay, that is something I jumped into during coronavirus. Whoa, like I jumped in school in that moment because that is the first time ever that I felt turbulence in my body to the point where anxiety had built up in my mind and my body and my spirit all at once. Not all at once, but eventually it weighed on all 3 points of those components that make me who I am. And I am so determined, and I'm always trying to find out what else can I do to improve me. Because when I improve me, I'm going to improve the lives of others, and mainly the lives of your family and loved ones. So those people are dependent on you. You want to be mindful, no matter what the situations look like, feel like, or how they are at the moment. You want to be mindful of your well-being in the midst of all things, because that's what you are, and that's what cultivates you. That is what gets you to your next level in life. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go back into the components of holisticness. And how do you take care of yourself? How do you receive self-care? How do you observe or evaluate self-care in your life? Right? I've done these things on so many levels before I started the school, but the school has really like expanded my level of thinking on it and seeing the horizon on the other levels of life that I have not really just tapped into totally, but on some levels, but I'm not satisfied. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the tool that was given to me through the school, the Integrated Nutritional Health Coaching Institute. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this wheel, and I'm looking at it right now on my computer, and I would like to just go ahead and wrap around that. Literally, it's a wheel that has different components that every individual is going to come encounter with, whether you're starving from it or you fulfilled with it. You're going to come in contact with that, and it's necessary for your well-being and your sustainability and the life that you live in. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start with something simple. Let me go ahead and start with home cooking. Home cooking, guys. Home cooking means so much to me. It's beautiful. It's culture. It's tradition. But beyond tradition, it's culture. It is nurturing. It's love. It's sharing. It's being in the midst of all those people, places, and things that you love. And you're indulging not only in food, because you're indulging in home cooked loving food, and you're indulging in the loved ones that you're sharing it with. And guys, when I say that is one of the most beautiful, nurturing things that causes families to bond, grow, evolve, like, oh my God, I experienced it so much in my childhood. My grandmother was the one that did so much home cooking and made everybody come across seas back home, to where she was, to the heart of things, because she knew how to serve in a loving, kind, nurturing, genuine way that only that didn't feed your belly only, guys. It felt your heart. It feeds your heart. It feeds your mind. It feeds your soul. And to be able to share all that energy with everybody, and to be able to feel the other energies from everybody that's still enjoying the same thing, that's collective impact, guys. That it will carry you through life in so many ways alone. All right, so home cooking, guys, we want to take a look at that, evaluate our level of home cooking. All right, now I'm gonna go to the next one, which is physical activity. Physical activity is very important. Physical activity can look different for many people in many ways, depending on the culture you come from, the background. When I say background, culture, family dynamics, it all looks different. So how is your physical activity? Are you placing little few moments out of the day just to make sure you're fulfilling some type of physical activity? For instance, physical activity can be jump roping, stretching. I'm a yogi. I love yoga. So I love yoga, and that's one of my ways that I do physical activity. It can be playing basketball, running track, volleyball, tennis, golf, football, ping pong, swimming, like dodgeball. When we were kids, we played dodgeball a lot. Climbing trees, you know, chasing each other, tag, you're it, tag, like all those things are really great, guys. And one thing I have noticed, guys, in 2021, in the 21st century, physical activity has slowed down, especially in the youth. So we want to make sure that we are allowing them to know what it really feels like to enjoy the outdoors, enjoy nature, enjoy each other, the physical energy, being stimulated physically, running after each other, playing dodgeball. Football is played a lot in the communities where I come from, and where I actually served. Football is it. Football, basketball. Those two are like physical activity. It makes each other calm down. You know, it brings people together. But when it comes to a physical activity, guys, you want to understand and know, when I'm talking about physical activity, remember we're talking about self-care. Self-care, guys. So we're going to kind of take all those components away. Not all of them, because some of them you can actually do solo. So we're going to talk about those solo individual components. For instance, yoga, swimming, jogging, going to the gym, walking, stretching, just sitting in your chair doing simple little stretches, you know, moving your legs, moving your body, you know. There's moving meditations you can do, you know. So physical activity is very important. So we want to make sure that we're fulfilling that part of our spectrum when it comes to the cycle of life. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and go to the next one. We're going to go ahead and go to home environment. Home environment plays a major role on the impact of your well-being. Self-care. Okay, self-care. Let me give a few scenarios. Self-care in a home environment. Say, for instance, you live in the most peaceful environment. Your home environment is so peaceful, has clarity, it has structure. It might not be hard to just go into your own room and read a book, indulge in that, paint, draw, write, you know, work on some music, doing the things you really enjoy, like hobbies, you know, arts and crafts. You know, home environment is very important, because your environment plays a major part on your psyche. It's going to be able to feed your brain, feed your mind, and lift your spirits or bring your spirits down. So we want to be mindful of your home environment. So we're going to do another scenario. For instance, there's a home environment that has a lot of hostility, or it's just broken in pieces on so many levels. So that plays a major part on your impact of your well-being as well. Okay, so, and say for instance that you are in that situation. There's ways to take care of yourself. There are so many ways to take care of yourself, and you may find it very challenging, but there are so many ways that we can take care of ourselves in those type of environments. For instance, going to the library, going to a community center. Try to go to your room during the time that everybody is sleeping. Wake up early before someone does, to meditate, to read, to wrap your thoughts around your mind, and put your intentions in things. So that way you can come out of situations, because those that come out of situations like that, you're a strong person, and yes, you can do that. All right. So don't ever think just because you live in a hostile situation or a peaceful situation that's disconnected maybe, or that can be overbearing because it's highly structured, you still can find room to take care of yourself. Okay. So self-care does not have prejudice. Okay. It does not have prejudice. All right. So pay attention to your environment and find out, just make a game with it. Be strategic, like, okay, what can I do to manage myself in this situation to get to my next step that I want to be. All right. Now, relationships, guys. Relationships are so important. Relationships influence your way of thinking, the moves, the actions you take. They influence your future, you know. Relationships are the things that carry you through life. So we want to be mindful, what kind of relationships are we creating? And why are we creating those relationships? What kind of relationships are we creating, and why are we creating those relationships? Okay? And then there's relationships that are giving, that's God-given. Children, parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles, brothers, sisters. Those are the beautiful core, those are like the nucleus of the cell that's going to evolve, right? But then when it evolves, it may be good, it may be bad, it may have been a way that you didn't really agree with. But that's what the beauty of that is. You get to build your own on the outside. All right? So relationships, guys, we don't want to like create toxic relationships. So that's why I said you want to know, why are you creating this relationship? Is it because you feel depleted, or you feel lonely, or you feel the need to in survival, or what is it? Are you truly just love and connect to that person? You have so much in common, you're vibrating, you're stimulated, you guys are like awesome. Like when I say equally yoked, meaning you have so much in common, you have this drive, you have this momentum and intention on purpose. All right? So we want to be mindful and pay attention to the type of relationships, friendships, and all those things. Okay? All right. Now let's go to the next one. Social life. Social life ties into relationships as well, because social life is going to determine on your level of engaging, your level of confidence, your level of individuality, your level of understanding that no matter how many people do you deal with in a day, in a year, for the reason, season, or lifetime, you're going to look at it and determine those components that's going to flourish you, nurture you, or deplete you and bring you down. So social life is very important, guys. Social life is very beautiful. It builds you a network. So social life is really great for building network for yourself, for your community, for your families, for your purpose of whatever it is that you need a network for. That's your social life, you know? All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go to joy. All right? Joy, guys. Joy is something, joy is an element that is cultivated and it evolves within you based on your insides. Like, are you happy? Are you truly, genuinely happy with where you are, what you're doing, how you're doing it, who you're doing it with? You're on a journey, right? So that brings you joy. Being able to be who you are, being connected, being engaged with the things, people, places, and things that you want to be engaged with. That brings you true joy. Okay? And joy is one of the elements that I love, because joy brings me gratitude. Me being grateful brings me joy. See how they work hand in hand? Like, woo! Alright, so joy is like, I love joy. I love being joyful. I've always been joyful ever since I was a child. But now it's this other type of joy because I've stepped on another part of my life that I had to work toward to get there. Alright? And by me understanding that, knowing where I've been, where I am, and where I want to go, that brings me joy. Alright? Let's be joyful. Joyful, joyful. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead and go to health. Your health is your wealth. I love that. My grandma would tell me that all the time. My health is my wealth. All right. And my health is my wealth, guys. And what does health look like? What does it look like to you? What does it look like? What does it feel like to you? What can you do to improve your health? And don't think size means healthy. Someone small is healthy, someone big is unhealthy. That is not true. I've seen plenty of nice plus size women that are happy, joyful, energetic, moving, doing their thing, and they are so healthy. Don't have any like internal vital situations going on. They're healthy and happy. And I've seen some that are small and they are not too healthy. And that's okay. Because what we want to do is not label health on looks. It's a mental health, a physical health, a spiritual health, you know, environmental health, social health, relationship health. And that's where we're going to go on to the next one, career. All right? Are you healthy in your career? Career is something that I feel like is lifelong. Because you have hobbies, you have jobs you do here and there to make it. But a career is something that you want to get into, that you love and you have passion for, and you have the intentions of just doing it no matter how long it takes you, because you're enjoying it and that is your career. All right, but you want to build on your career. You want to add value to your career, and adding value to your career is adding value to yourself. Okay? All right. Now we're going to go to the next one, education. Education is very important, guys. Education is very important. And when I say education is very important, education in the institutes and the schools, and mainly what I really cherish too is self-education. Self-educating yourself is powerful because you get to direct that level of thinking. You get to direct that level of learning, because there are things you need to know in society, in the world, to be able to connect and understand and engage. But when it comes to your passion, you want to educate yourself on that, because it may not be a school that can teach the things that you're learning and that you would like to learn and that you want to start your career in. All right. So you want to make sure that you are self-educating yourself. I love YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and say it again. For the past 9 years now, I don't watch TV much at all. And I'm guilty, but then coronavirus, I started watching Netflix, Hulu, Roku. Oh my God, I'm so guilty, like seriously. But I did that because I was roommating with people, two different people, and one of the individuals watched TV all day, every day, and it was a small place, so I couldn't help but hear it. So I kind of got distracted. I put my headphones to do so much, but guess what? I want to have my social life connecting, so I'm like, okay, I'm here with this person, so let me go ahead and engage on some levels. So it kind of drew me in. So you will be mindful of those things, you know, drawing you in. So guys, education, educate yourself. What do you love? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? You can do it, whatever it is. All right? It's at the tip of your fingers. Even with your cell phone, it's right here at the tip of your fingers. The computer, it's at the tip of your fingers. All right? Just push a button and ask my best friend, Google, what do I do with this? What is that? What are those? All right? Ask my best friend. All right? Now, the next thing we're going to go to is finances. Finances is a big, huge subject. Finances are necessary in this world. How do you add value to yourself? How do you educate yourself on levels in the midst of all the pros and cons in the world that can kind of stimulate or desensitize certain things in your life? So we want to work on that. We want to look at finances. We want to truly look at finances in a different way, because some cultures don't really look at finances in a way that other cultures do. Why? Because it has been conditioned that way. So we want to be mindful that we're looking at our finances, investing, probing on what can add value to your life financially. But when you do get cash and money and monetary things. How can you invest that? How can you invest that and make it shift your life financially? There's many ways. All right. Educate yourself and take care of yourself. That's one big way. All right. And connect with people. Build your network. All right. Get creative. That's the next part on this wheel. Creativity. Ooh, I love creativity. I love creativity. Creativity is amazing. All right. So being creative, guys, it helps your brain be able to be different and unique, you know? And I love creativity because I am such a strategic thinker. I am such a holistic thinker, and I use my creative side with my logic side, and I bring them both together. I just told you my secret. Ooh, they said men use their left side, women use their right side. I have trained myself to use both. I love it, and it is beautiful, guys. So creativity, guys, allows you to do so much in life. It allows you to overcome. It allows you to become. It allows you to do. It allows you to be. It allows you to just have joy. So many things comes out of that, guys. It allows you to be an added value to people, places, and things. All right? All right. Now, last but not least, and this is my favorite, spirituality. Spirituality, guys. Spirituality. What does that mean? What does that look like? What does that feel like? What is expressions? Okay? Spirituality, guys, is really getting deep down in yourself and being honest with yourself. Understanding the cosmicness, the cosmic flow of what is and what isn't. Being connected with that God gene within you. Being able to oversee and overlook these things that people, places, and things may do, say, become. And how do you look at it in a spiritual aspect without allowing it to taint you personally? When I say taint you personally, you're not going to become angry and bitter and resentful. You're not going to be judging people or talking about people or trying to understand everything that everybody's doing that you're not doing, or that are doing that you know, vice versa. So being at peace with yourself, being at peace with the creations of what is and what isn't. Spirituality, guys, I love it. I love it. It's something you have to connect with, guys. It's something that you truly have to connect with, and you have to become aware of how are you feeling, what makes you feel good, what makes you feel bad. And the thing that's making you feel good, is it selfishness? Or is it realistically inclined on another level of beingness instead of like something that is outside of yourself? Beingness is everything, guys. You want to make sure that we're being, okay? And spirituality, what are some things that you can shape your spirituality? I meditate. I do yoga. I'm kind because it's just my nature. Sometimes I'm kind, I'm like, wait, I just be nice to this person that just did this to me. Oh! But somehow in me, it just like, it happens that way. And after a while, it's like, I don't question it, but I am also being wise, because wisdom comes in spirituality, because you guys know you can't just keep giving to people that are sucking your blood and sucking your energy and bring your spirits down. So that's where wisdom comes in, guys. But you want to be able to not judge them. You want to be able to not judge them. You want to be able to have that understanding and that compassion. You want to be able to have that vision, the eyes, to be able to see, why is this person really behaving in such a way? Why are they really speaking in such a way? Why they believe in such a way? you know? And if you really care, if you're really genuine about asking those questions when people do things or say things or behave in such a way or become such a person, you will have a better understanding. And that's when your spirituality takes over. And sometimes, a lot of times, if not, don't be disappointed. It allows you to just be on another level. Guys, when I say another level, you'll be able to forgive and embrace that person, and they might come out of it. Alright? So let's take care of yourself, guys. Holistic journey is always on a journey. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, somewhere in this world. Embrace yourself and let's take care of yourself. Alright? Have a great one. Bye.